And welcome back, everyone. It's Ellington, and we are back on Total War Rome 2, and we have got ourselves a big sally out here. This is a 3v3 on the settlement of Ailden, and this one was sent in by Sniper. Right off the bat here, you could see that we have got a big fight here between some Noble Blood Cavalry. We've got Horse Archers here from Colchis, and then they are fighting against some Nervii Mighty Horse. We've got a Heroic Rider coming in from Iceni. A little bit of a clusterfuck, if you don't mind my saying. Noble Blood Cavalry, the general from Colchis, caught out in a very bad situation here. Just a bit of a big boo-boo there. I believe Nervii is Sniper, the person who sent this in. Now, the Horse Archers are being a bit of a nuisance. They are a kind of annoying unit to deal with sometimes. You don't see them a whole lot on sieges, but in a situation like this, they really are just kind of annoying to these units. But realistically, they're not going to be able to save their general, unfortunately. Noble Blood Cavalry does have 50 kills, though, so that is pretty good, but losing the general is going to be very painful in the end. You can see we've actually got some Gorilla Swords here from Nervii as well. So the Noble Blood Cavalry General is gone. Horse Archer is still here, causing some problems, causing a fracas, if you will. Mighty Horse, 46 kills, and the Horse Archer's just kind of kiting them here. Still got the Heroic Rider out here. Now, one of the Mighty Horse took a little bit of a beating, which I believe it's this one. Yeah, 69 men left. Or lost, excuse me. Now, if we get into the players, we have got Nervii being commanded by Sniper. We've got Iceni being commanded by Laser Dragon. And finally, Macedon being commanded by Lord Anubis. You can see Nervii actually also has a large guerrilla force over here. A lot of guerrilla swords, and we've got Gallic Hunters. Now, for the attackers, we have got Rome being commanded by Imperator. We've got Colchis being commanded by Muff, and Massilia being commanded by none other than Rand al'Thor, or better known as the Dragon Reborn. Any true Wheel of Time fans will know what I'm talking about. If you don't, you suck, and need to go read the Wheel of Time because it's a phenomenal book series. It's long, but it's great. But anyways, they, like I said, attacking this side of the settlement. They had an artillery, which I believe is Colchis, was shooting one of the walls over here, but due to probably the micromanaging over here, he hasn't been shooting. So, probably trying to avoid wasting ammunition. But that's kind of put a little bit of a delay on this attack so far. Macedon's general is actually outside now. Got companion cavalry out here as well. I think Nervii's general was way over here too. Yep, Noble Horse. I think he looped out of this gate over here and ran all the way around. Because you notice he is very tired, winded. So, given the fact that these guys are hidden still, we can probably assume that Massilia does not have any units in this forest, which means that their units are most likely back here. You can see we've got some Massilian Hoplites, we've got Axe Warriors, Peltis, but I also betting we've got some Gallic Hunters somewhere. The Horse Archers, 35 kills, Guerrilla Swords with 6. I think they actually got one of those Horse Archers with their Javi Toss there. No return Javi Toss this time. Sometimes it's hard to catch them at the right time. Sometimes when you try to get that counter volley, you catch just like the back end of the unit and it really doesn't do anything. So sometimes that can be a little bit tough. Horse Archers at 39 kills now. Yeah, that's going to be super annoying for Nervii because it is really frustrating to try and chase down these guys. what happens is you start walking this guy away because you're like, oh, well, I'm not going to do this anymore. And they just chase you and shoot you in the back. And it's very, very annoying. But if you just stand here, you just get shot to death. And it's just like, what do I do? Now, due to that, I believe is the reason that we do not still see any artillery going. But the Nervii Saliout is seen, and the Legatus of Rome gets a big jabby toss. We've got 4 kills on one and 7 on the other. So he's down to 29 out of 40. You can see the Roman and some Massilia actually did have units here. I'm surprised that this army stayed hidden as long as it did. We've got Celtic warriors and Axe warriors. We've got triple gold chevron Praetorians, which I'm personally not a fan of that. I don't think it's a great setup. But Massilian hoplites, I'm just not a hoplite guy. Just not a hoplite guy, especially not like a Massilian hoplite guy. You know, I'd rather bring thorax swords and like throw spears personally. But I guess it is what it is, you know? What do you do, right? Let's see, for Rome, we've got a lot of Hostati, a lot of Principes. But as of right now, that's about it. And then obviously the 2 triple gold chevron Praetorians. I don't understand that. I don't think it's worth the money. That's a lot of money spent on chevrons that I'm not particularly convinced are going to be that beneficial to them in the end. Horse Archer's now up to 117 kills. Guerrilla Swords at 33 kills. But, you know, it is what it is. Now you can see, looks like he's just going for the mass volley option now. I think you are probably fine to just keep individually firing that so you don't waste ammo. But, you know, I guess they do what they will do. He's still only 22%. You saw, like, for a volley of 4 rocks, I think only 1 hit. You know, they were all over the place there. You can see Nervii pulls back his units. I think it's the right call, to be perfectly honest with you. Like, it's, you know, the jig is up, right? He's been found out. Why just rush in troops to die? You know, I just don't think it's worth it. You can see split off a couple units over here. Sorry about that. But I think it's the right call to kind of just pull back and chill for a minute. You know, let the attackers start kind of doing things, and then just be a thorn in their side. You know what I mean? Make them constantly aware of the fact that you are there, which is a pain in the ass when you're trying to attack a settlement, right? Because you're like, I'm concentrated over here, but now I also got to watch over here, and it's super annoying. You know, it's just more micro that you have to do. But, you know, we'll see what happens. Realistically, the big thing that, you know, attackers are waiting on is just the wall, I think. You know, the wall's at 60 now. I think he's actually started, you know, I'm pretty sure he started shooting this wall. But this wall is actually taking more damage now at 67%. That, all 4 shots over. You can see, I think, like, Massilia's really thinking about this. You can see, like, he's got 3 units of infantry and then a Peltus unit that have shifted over here. Colchis is thinking about this a lot. But I think Colchis is primarily, you know, concentrated on this. Does look like he is now back to just shooting the singular shot. Oh, no, he's not. He's doing both. Ah, what a waste of ammo. There's a lot of shots that just did nothing. Gotta remember, when you shoot a volley by itself, you're shooting 4 rocks that could spread all over the place. When you're shooting 1 rock, when you're doing it yourself, you're shooting 1 rock that has a less spread ability than the 4 do. So you have a better chance of hitting and making your shots and not wasting ammunition. You know, for that 1 volley, he wasted 5 shots right there because all 5 missed. So his ammo is probably at least below half ammo at this point. Horse archers are dying now. They're 120 kills, but they are wavering due to the gorilla swords, probably due to the fact that he's in his artillery. $90 damage now. That's going to be 2 shots left on that. Because 1 shot only does 7 damage. Yeah, see? Got Celtic warriors sneaking along through the woods here. The companion cav, excuse me, right here. Gallic hunters getting some shots in on that. You want to be careful about this. If a good Javi toss from that unit, the companion cav don't have shields or anything, so they would take a pretty heavy hit from that Javi toss. So they just want to be super conscientious of it. We know he's got 2 Peltis units, but we don't know what kind of archers he may have brought. The mercenary Gallic hunters are invisible, so we can't see them. We're looking from the defender's view so we can see their units. I will be honest, bounce power is not in the favor of the defenders at the beginning of this battle, which is not usually a good sign. I mean, it's hard to say, but yeah, it's not heavily slanted this much. But you've got a lot of roam, right? You've got a big roam here. You know, Nervii bringing a bunch of gorillas. Gorillas are not the greatest units on the planet. They've got, you know, guerrilla deployment. They've got okay stats, but all in all, like, in a stand-up fight, they're really not that great. So, you know, that really drops the value of your army, and that's probably one of the big reasons they're down so far. Now, if the guerrilla army, you know, if it hits, right, if it is a good, I mean, the ambush is gone, but if he does well with his army, that changes the whole thing, and that is still a likely possibility, right? You know, it is still a doable thing for the Nervii army to be useful here. So, the balance power this early it really doesn't show a whole lot. It just is not something you typically want to see, you know? Now you can see they are starting to advance now that they've got that breach open. The downside, of course, is the fact that the ballista has lost a lot of its ammunition now. So a lot of its punishing ability that it could put down on these units back here is now unfortunately gone. It is not something that is really, you know, doable for them anymore. He might have a couple volleys, don't get me wrong, but it's not much. They're also bringing a siege ram up here to the gate. You can see, obviously, you have their big wall of towers. You know, the wall of towers does a couple things. It does give them some protection against archers or peltists or slingers from this wall, but it also means they can just hop right on and they can threaten these walls anytime they want. You can see they also have towers over here that they can move forward if they need to. Nervii back there, he's got his noble horse back there, he's got a gorilla sword. What the hell? I think those are supposed to be dead bodies there. It was weird. Got a mighty horse just sitting at the gate. I'm not particularly sure why. It's a little bit late for them to go out and do anything at this point. So I'm kind of surprised he hasn't taken oh, he's going to go right now. He heard me saying it might be too late, and he said, "No, it's not. I'm going." Going, going, going. So he got into the Hastati that were on the ram, and now he's just pulling off and going this direction. I don't think it's a bad idea. You join up with your other exterior forces, and it just adds another unit that you can use to pester or badger them, right? Got Levy Freeman getting up on the wall, and then you have the Rodian Slingers up on the wall as well, now shooting over here at the hoplites from Colchis. Your best bet at this point would be, like I said earlier, to hop one of these towers and come threaten this wall. By doing that, you might force that Rodian Slinger off of the wall, thus saving you some men, because they are getting ripped up. Axe Warriors look like they're probably going to lead off here. Let's see, we've got the auxiliary Syrian archers, excuse me. There's the Peltist again. We have over here a bunch of the Eastern archers from Colchis. Still haven't seen... Oh, wait. There's the mercenary Gallic hunters. Found them. And look at this. Nervii sneak. He's not sneaking, right? But he is putting this kind of side, this flanking pressure here on Colchis and Massilia here. You know, he's got a big portion of that guerrilla force off to the side, which there's really nothing here, right? You've got these archers, but all of the infantry is facing this way. So, you know, you go... see what they do, right? Mighty Horse comes in again, getting in on the Hastati, and now they're kind of charged into the Gallic Hunters. Got 40 kills.
Understood. As you say.
Hoplites. Did the one just like completely get roasted? Because this one's at 138. Yeah, I think the one just literally got disintegrated. Hastati now getting shot by those Rodians. You can see he has been getting some pretty good Javi tosses. Levy Freeman 29 kills, Swordband with 7 so far. Here comes that Mighty Horse coming back in on the Hastati. Hastati broke, but they still got a good charge, 47, but a good Javi toss by the second Hastati unit. So the Axe Warriors kind of led off. You can see one unit came over here, but realistically we got Colchis coming to the side with some hoplites taking on Shield Bearers. The Shield Bearers are the technically better unit, but you know, they're both hoplites, so not a whole lot's probably going to really happen here. They both go hoplite formation. Then we got Javies coming in from behind. Those are probably Thorough Spears, yep. Thorough Spears and Mercenary Thracian Peltists, which are pretty good. Let's see, Shield Bearers 53 kills. The Hoplites are losing. So, I mean, like I said, they are better, but they're Hoplites, so they both suck. Yeah, I'm not a big Hoplite guy. You can see, like, they basically have just pulled pretty much everything off here. Mighty Horse charging in on some Precapes. We've got some Gallic Hunters over here shooting at some Axe Warriors. But realistically, majority of the attackers have pulled their units away from that. And honestly, that's the right call. You know, in the end, this force cannot beat all of this, right? So don't try to put them one-on-one, you know what I mean? By consolidating your forces here, you're minimizing how much this guerrilla deployment army can actually do to you. You know, I think people get trapped by Sally Out sometimes where they, you know, they dedicate this huge portion of forces to watch this thing, and then it takes away all of their heat from the attack, you know, for something that can't kill them. You know what I mean? Like, this force, I do not think is physically capable of defeating all of this by itself, right? So pay attention to your attack. Keep your attack going. Now, don't get me wrong. Keep an eye out on what's going on back here, but stop dedicating entire armies to just stand here. You know, Rome should be in here. Rome is your big hitter. Rome is the one that's going to come in and honestly probably carve its way through majority of the defenders at this point. And yet, their entire army is set out there dedicated to watching those guerrilla forces from Nervii. We got Britain Slingers in here. They got 16 kills. A lot of concentration happening on this point. Not quite anything advancing on the left yet. I'm a little surprised. That would honestly, I think, be a good place to go for them. Realistically, the best archers that they have for the defenders are the Cretans, and they're miles away at this point. So an attack over here, you get pretty much free until those Cretans come over, and then they start shooting you, right? But at this point in time, they are not there. So go attack. Here we go. Are we finally gonna maybe get some Roman soldiers in here? Maybe? Maybe? Principes, a couple of them saw a little bit of fighting. Some of the Praetorians even did. Still think this is just a waste of money. Praetorian, one, I would bring the Praetorian Guard. And two, I would not triple gold chevron them. It's just not a suggested thing. You can think of what you could have bought instead of that, you know, chevroning these two units. I mean, those two units fully chevron, they've got to be 2,500 gold apiece. They've got to be. Axemen, 38, 40. So they're getting some good jabbies. I like this. You see this hoplite formation and then the jabbies off to the left. Well done. Very well done, yes. Indubitably. Now we got the Axemen charging in on some Levy Freeman and Sword Band. Shieldbearer has ended up with 90 kills at this point. Thorough Spear with 57. Thracian Peltus, 89. That's pretty darn good, man. That ain't nothing to bat an eye at. It's pretty good. Peltus, 42 kills. Let's see, Principes, Astades. There we go. Now we're starting to concentrate here, you know what I mean? You know, you've got your Eastern archers here that can kind of help zone out the Gallic hunters, but you just got to keep your stuff tight. You know, the Gallic hunters, they have to come to you. That's the fact of the matter. You're on the attack here, so your focus is here. If the outside units want to be useful, they have to then come to you. So make them. Now they're shooting at you, but you're not shooting back, I don't think. No, you're looking the wrong way. Oh, man. He might lose. Well, you got to remember, he lost his general. So these guys, you know, it's not going to take much for the Eastern hunter or the Eastern archers to break. See, look at that one. 60 men. He was at 90 when he was wavering. That hurts a lot. Shows how much it hurts losing the general. And are they going to get another one? Yes, they are. One of the other Gallic hunters right here. He's going to get him. 94, he's wavering. Another volley, that's probably going to do it. Oh, and he tightened formation too. That's even worse. Oh, no. I'm surprised he didn't break from that. That was a really... Up there it is. Didn't even get the third volley. Now here we go. We do have a volley off on this Gallic. But he's down to 2 Eastern Archers. So the Gallic Hunters have the upper hand at this point. Got the Peltis in here now. Sorry, I stopped moving. This hoplite is pulling out of combat. And then we've got Massilian hoplites going in. The Briton Slingers for Iceni, 182 kills. Very well done. Okay, so the Cretan Archers from Macedon have, or one of them has come up. But they are getting shot by the Syrians over here, and that they are shooting back. Okay, good. Syrians, 120 out of 120. The Cretans, okay, so neither one really got a very good volley there. This poor Principe has just been kind of getting shot to pieces. Eastern Archers now getting double teamed here. Got 2 Gallic Hunters. Yeah, Colchis losing his general has been hugely impactful. Thankfully, most of his infantry has discipline, so that kind of helps out a little bit. Massilian Hoplites, 88 kills is pretty good. Levy Freeman, 46. Hoplite, you know, with 79. Shield Bearer up to 115 now. Now we got some Celtic warriors moving over. But we do have 2 Cretans up here from Macedon now. I don't know, Rome might try to bring Assyrians back up to challenge those archers again. It's probably a good idea if you're going to want to keep these Cretans at bay, because otherwise these Cretans are going to have really good angles on your units going over. More Massilian Hoplites coming in. Celtic Warriors with 34. They're taking on Levy Freeman, but they, like I said, there it is. 9 kills, 67. Obviously, the 67 is not on this one unit, but it's a lot. So it looks like the Levy Freeman shattered, which, I mean, like, it's Levy Freeman, but, you know, it's Levy Freeman, so. They've got such a horde here. Look at this. They have so much right there on the backside. Look how much they've expanded out. They've got units here, but they brought a lot of units onto the backside coming this way. And so once again, it's basically putting the attackers at a spot where they kind of just have to, they have to keep watching kind of different areas, right? Which, like we said earlier, is, you know, really frustrating, right? So, you know, Rome still kind of sitting out here with some Principes. He's got some Hastati. He does have some of his units in. This side, I don't know that they're that committed going there yet. Rome. I'm a little sketched out for the defenders over here. They've got a lot of stuff over here, and the defenders don't. There's some stuff nearby that could be helpful, but this right here looks pretty weak for the moment. I think what the Nervii player needs to do is he just needs to bide his time. You know, what I would keep doing is I would kind of start encroaching my army forward here. A little bit at a time, and what will happen is you'll notice the defenders will continue to shrink and shrink and shrink, you know what I mean? And you just kind of keep putting that pressure on, just being a nuisance. You don't have to charge in and fight even. You know, I think you actually hold off a little bit before you go in and fight. But the pressure itself could be hugely beneficial. Gallic Hunters from Massilia are trying to scare away these Gallic Hunters from Nervii. They're doing a solid job. I think you use the Gallic Hunters to do that and hold your Syrians to keep a, watch on these Cretans on the inside. See more axes going in. We've got another unit coming up. But man, they are taking really heavy fire here from the Cretans. $132 on the Axemen, 133 on the other Axemen. Sicilian Hoplites, that's pretty fresh. 144. Shield Bearers are fresh. Oh my god, the Cretans 278. This one really fresh with 9. They do have a Briton Scorpion, I noticed, 59 kills. Briton Slingers with 113. I think they are shooting at the axes here from Colchis. See the Gallic Hunters trying to double team one of these Gallic Hunters, but this one getting shot from the other side. 170 kills, 18 kills. 26, 190. These Gallic Hunters have gotten great value. You might be able to scare that off there, but you got to be careful about the Principes and their javelins. You have Massilian Hoplites moving in. Looks like I think the 278 Cretan is out of ammo, so he brings him to the back. Good call. Rhodian Slingers at 289. They're out of ammo. Good call. But now you've got the 2 other Cretans, got 9 kills and 0 kills, just waiting. They're ready. They want to join the 200 kill club, right? A little surprised that more of Rome hasn't engaged. I think this would be a really good place for Rome right here. Keeps you, less exposed to some of the firepower of the archers from Macedon. Gallic Hunters moving forward. They got to be careful, though. Well, they might be out of ammo, I guess. Yeah, they are, so they're just going to charge in, it looks like. This one's still 177 kills. What you might be able to do here, you might be able to sneak forward and get some shots into the back of those Principes. Hey, there we go. We got some Chosen Sword Band from Iceni moving forward now. Got some big guns for the defenders. Syrians now taking on the Cretans again. Another Chosen Sword Band over here taking on some Axemen from Colchis. The Axemen starting to break there. Once again, you see their turtle just kind of keeps getting smaller. So you just keep kind of pushing forward. You bring a couple more units over here, bring a couple more units over here, because you can't really go through here. So another shield bearer from Macedon. Another Chosen Sword Band. We've got a bunch of Chosen Sword Band back here. Macedon went super heavy shield bearer. I'm going to be honest with you, man. I wouldn't. Shield bearers aren't that great. Macedon's kind of a tough faction as a whole because it's a very expensive faction. It doesn't have very good in the way of like cheaper lower tier units. You have for infantry, for sword infantry, you have your Royal Peltis at the top. You've got your Thorax Sword below that. Then you have the Mercenary Thracian Warrior, and that's it. Then for the Hoplites, you've got your Shield Bearer and so on and so forth. And at the bottom, you have your Militia Hoplites. But their Hoplites are not very good. They're early game Hoplites, which means they're a little bit different than some of the later game Hoplites like the RDI Hoplites or the Nabatean Hoplites, right? So the Shield Bearers and things like that just aren't great. especially in a game where javelins are basically god, right? Units that don't have javelins in this game are extremely underpowered. And so they need to be really, really good to be worth it. And to be honest with you, I just don't think they are. Not these ones, you know. I think you're far better off bringing Thorax Swords and Royal Peltis. But once again, that's kind of the tough part about Macedon is they're just very expensive. They don't have a very good low-tier cheap option. You know, if you look at it compared to like Seleucid, you know, Seleucid has Hillman, right? Hillman, Thorax Swords, Royal Peltis, Silver Shield Swordsmen. They have a lot of options. Macedon doesn't get that. Here they go. They're shrinking again. Well, maybe not. Maybe they're just going to go inside. And I actually don't think that's a bad idea. You know, I'm not sure how much else they can really accomplish out here, especially with Rome there. But on the inside, they're probably going to need infantry soon. You know, due to the fact that majority of an entire army is outside, that means that what's defending back here is very, very outnumbered. So, we'll see. I think that they may be considering it. They're not. They're just coming right over here to sit in the corner. This unit, or these units, kind of sitting up here. Once again, here, I think I would advance forward a little bit. Britain Slinger's 61. This one 190 kills with 2 chevrons on it. Pretty good. Pretty good. Scorpion with 60 kills, and he still has ammo. Didn't mean to zoom in like that, sorry. Sorry, I'm just kind of browsing around here looking. We still have a lot of archer, like a pretty big archer fight going on. Or I guess we did. I guess they're not firing anymore. Syrians with 40 kills. The Gallics both have 35 to 40 kills. 64. But the Cretans over here, I think, concentrated on the better option here, and that's the side shots. You can see they just broke a Massilian hoplite there. 85 kills. Now they're going to concentrate on the axes. Sword band with 44. See all those archers, the arrows coming in, and you can see because of the angle they're getting the sword side shot, so that's a good thing. Wow, got a axeman actually kind of snuck through into the back lines here. You can see the shield bearer trying to catch him, and then they're throwing their out of ammo slinger in there to kind of keep him still. All this is out of ammo, I believe. I think this is the only one they've got. These two are the only archers that have ammo. They've got a slinger up here, or no, skirmisher, excuse me, with 0 kills. Bounce power has really swung the other way. You know, when we talked about it earlier, the bounce power, it was very in heavy of the attackers. It's maybe a tiny bit in favor of the defenders now, but it's at least even. Sometimes it's kind of hard to tell, but I think it's a slightly in favor of the defenders. Massilian hoplites pushing in on the shield bearers. Shield bearers not in hoplite formation. 9 kills versus 24 kills. I think it's probably would not be a terrible idea, like I said, to bring these guys in. I think they need a little bit more infantry, or at least it would give them a little bit of a cushion. You know, I don't know how much they're really going to get anymore from back here. They might now. You know, there's been enough stuff committed to the front that you can see now Rome's having to kind of start bring things in. Gallic Hunter's getting shots off again, by the way. But due to that, it is creating opportunity for the possible advance here. Got your heroic riders out here. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 units of infantry, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 units of cavalry with a couple Gallic hunters. Rome probably wants to turn this line in a little bit. You see he's getting shot on the side there, like I was saying earlier. Principe has 40 kills, too. Another big push. We got a combo of Massilian Hoplites and the Axes. That Chosen Sword Band, you know, standing their ground. You could probably bring this guy right here and maybe shift this guy a little bit to the right and get some good javies. Make him go shield wall. That would open up the opportunity for some javelins. I think they might be thinking about it. You can see he's got some movement happening back here. Shield bearers. So this one's got 60 kills and 4 losses. That's pretty good. Slinger fire still coming in, 69 kills. Cretans with 104, and I think he's about to open back up again. Because there's skills to be had right here, especially now on the Massilians. Well, the Axes are... No. Yeah, either one would be good. Either one would be good. I think I'd shoot the Hoplites, but you can see he's kind of trying to sneak it here. It's a little bit of a tough sneak. I don't know that it's really going to be that beneficial to him. There is a Chosen Sword Band there to kind of deal with it. Here we go. Guerrilla Swords charging down the Principes. Then we got the 3rd unit coming around and kind of hitting on the side here. I would do the same thing right there. Bring that right there. Your unit kind of got in the way of your companion cav. Kind of broke your charge. Not a very good charge there by the companion cavalry. Yeah, I'd pull them out. Put your infantry back in and just redo. 171 on Chosen Sword Band. The Axes at 76, 44 on the Massilian Hoplites. Got a couple units actually managing to kind of find a way through here. Shield bearers should probably go into formation there. I think if I was the companion cav, I would kind of sneak around here, and then I think you'd have better maneuverability to get around things. Got to be careful though, that companion or the Syrian archer is shooting the companion. Got the Roman general moving over here. Charge him! Don't run away. Charge him! Charge him! At this point, you might as well. He's trying to get out of there, but I think I would have charged the general, because then after charging the general, there's the possibility of getting into the other archers. I'm actually surprised he didn't take more losses to the archers. Guerrilla Swords 69. They're actually starting to break these Principes. And now you just roll on through. Just roll on through to the next one. Oh, it is Praetorians next, though. Praetorians about to get a lot of kills. You can see Iceni 1 here. I would start advancing over here. Yeah, this stuff is pretty well kaput. Praetorians 121 kills now. Nervii's general actually charging in. Charging on the Praetorians. The Roman general is nearby. He's not dead. 13 men, and he's somehow alive. That Praetorian only has 5 kills. Look at this one, just racking it up, man. And he just used the whip, and now he just refreshed himself. Once again, the Praetorian Guard is better than just a regular Praetorian, but it's fine. The Stati are probably going to lose here, but this Guerrilla Sword is going to lose. 61 kills. That Praetorian's going to chop him to pieces. I don't know why Macedon brought his general all the way back in. He put, the cavalry should have stayed out here to keep doing what they were doing. See, that's what Nervii did. He left his general out here because realistically, where is the cavalry going to be most useful? It's going to be most useful in the open spaces. You know, imagine if that companion cav was still over here. He could come in and sweep up these Syrians right now. Roman general, 5 out of 40, but I bet he's dead. Yeah, he's recently dead. Good sneak, Iceni. Yeah, there you go. He takes a jabby toss, but it's worth it. Keep moving. Keep moving. No, don't run away. Just keep going. Should have just kind of kept running through those archers. I think we could say it is safe to say that this is probably a GG at this point. Just kind of cleaning up the little things here. Principes getting charged by some noble horse. Principes were not in formation when they got charged. Praetorians, actually, like, I think it's due to the fact that this noble horse gen keeps cycle charging. The Praetorian not doing so hot there, but this one is ripping up, man. 277, and he's ready for the next one. You know what I mean? Send in the other one. This thing will chop it to pieces. You know, he might even have an opportunity. He could turn around and hit this one before this one comes back in. Cycle charge from the noble horse. But here comes Guerrilla Swords from Nervii now. Macedonian general just kind of chilling. So he actually charged forward into this Guerrilla Sword, which is fine. This Praetorian 95 kills now. Archers are trying desperately to just like scare this noble horse away, and it's not working. 305 kills in the Praetorian. Okay, now turn around and go into the back one. There you go. There you go. Come on, Rome. Praetorians! Probably doesn't have any jabbies left. Counter charge, excuse me, by the Guerrilla Swords, and a good jabby toss. 162 on the Guerrillas. 318 on the Praetorians. This one now jumped up to 121. Heroic Riders, 51. But here he goes, army losses. The only one that might hold out a little bit is this guy because he's relatively healthy. 347. He's going to get more kills. He wants more. Feed me! All the stuff inside is broken. And there goes this one. He's wavering. 365. And there he goes. All right, let's go look at some kills here. So leading off for the defenders, we have Mastodon, Lord Anubis. A great job with his range units. Very well done by all four. Once again, I don't like the army. I think shield bearers are not very good. Cav Gen, I think you had a lot of opportunities you could have done, but all in all, especially with the range, well done. Laser Dragoon, excuse me, I said dragon. Laser Dragoon, 23-31, actually leading the game here. Well, he kind of does lead the interior defense there. But, you know, his slingers did really well, 98 on the Scorpion. And then his sword band, I mean, 263, 182, 235, all did really well. In Sniper, the one who sent in the game with 1,708 kills. You know, it doesn't sound like a lot of kills, but a couple things here. One, look at the losses to kills. He had a really good KDR there. He actually had some healthy units left. His range did really well. And, you know, for the most part, his Guerrilla Swords actually performed pretty solid. For the for the attackers now, excuse me, we have the Dragon Reborn, Rand al'Thor, 1,342 kills. Kind of like Macedon, I don't like the army. I'm just going to be straight up honest with you. I think Massilia, the Hoplite army, I just don't think it was the move. The Gallic Hunters, unfortunately, just kind of got walloped from the outside. And then his Axes and Celtics didn't perform so hot, unfortunately. We've got Imperator as Rome. Actually, at the end of the game here, pulling out some good kills. His archers, not bad. Probably could have done a little bit better. But realistically, I think the infantry just I don't think was used super well, unfortunately. His Praetorians, obviously, 365, 129 did better than we have, but you got to think that's a quarter of his kills is right there. Then we have finally Muff as Colchis with 1233. I think realistically he fell into the trap of the Sally out where he got super spread out and super kind of all over the place, and losing his general early on was super painful. But that is going to be it for today's battle. Thank you guys so much for joining. Don't forget that if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We'll see you guys next time.